My dear child, pause for a moment and take a slow, steady breath. Let your heart be calm, because today is not just another day, and this is not just another message. This moment, on December 19th, has been marked with divine intention. Everything has been aligned with purpose so that this message would reach you exactly where you are right now. You may have been scrolling through the noise of the world, carrying the heaviness of your day, but at this very moment Jesus is reaching out to you. Not later and not tomorrow, but right now. The fact that this appeared before you is not random. You were chosen personally to receive it, and it is important that you understand how meaningful this moment truly is. Something has already begun to shift in the spiritual realm around you, and the next 15 minutes of your life carry a sacred weight that should not be ignored. This is not something to brush aside, because moments like this do not come often. Listen carefully. Millions of people around the world are busy, distracted, and moving through life without noticing what is happening beneath the surface, yet you stopped here. That is not an accident, not an algorithm, and not luck. Jesus knows where to find those who belong to him, and today he chose to interrupt your routine on purpose. There is a deep reason you were drawn away from the noise to receive this message. Heaven is not speaking loudly to everyone right now, it is speaking quietly and personally to you. Behind the scenes, in ways you cannot see, the Lord has seen the pressure you have been under. He has seen the questions you kept hidden and the moments when you felt like giving up. He heard you when you whispered that you were not sure how much longer you could keep going. Instead of turning away from your exhaustion, Jesus drew closer to you. He has assigned Archangel Michael to guard this moment, making sure nothing interferes with what is being released to you now. This time is important because divine timing matters more than human effort. There are moments in life when doors open briefly, and those who are spiritually aware are able to step into what God has prepared for them. When those moments are ignored, the doors often close quietly, leaving confusion behind. Jesus is reaching for you now because something in your life is lining up and cannot be delayed any longer. What you are feeling in your spirit right now, the warmth, the stillness, the deep sense of knowing, is real. The pull you felt before opening this message was not random, it was an invitation into a higher way of living. The next 15 minutes are not meant to bring fear or guilt but guidance. Heaven is not warning you to frighten you, but to prepare you for the change that is already unfolding in your life. Not everyone is meant to know about this yet, which is why you felt led to keep this to yourself for now. Some things grow best in silence before they are revealed with power. Archangel Michael is with you as a protector of divine order, standing guard as alignment is restored in your life. He defends what God is building within you and blocks anything that tries to slow or disrupt your progress. Even now, he stands at the edge of your destiny, ensuring that doubt, distraction, and outside voices do not interfere with what Jesus has planned. Jesus is gently saying to you to stay present and keep your eyes open. Every word of this message has purpose, and every pause matters. You may feel a sense of urgency, as if something hidden is about to be revealed, and that feeling is true. A truth is about to come to light in your life, and once it does, nothing will be the same. Once you truly take this in, you will never look at your life the same way again. Please don't rush through this moment. Set everything else aside and give it your full attention. When Jesus speaks with this level of urgency, it is not because anything is out of control. It is because his love for you is so deep that he steps in before things move too far off course. He is protecting you ahead of time so you don't have to face unnecessary damage later. That is mercy at work. You may be wondering why this message is meant for you, why you were chosen to hear it. The answer is simple but powerful. You listened when others walked away. You held on to faith even when it was uncomfortable. You remained gentle and compassionate when life tried to harden you. Even when your faith felt small and you felt weak, you did not let it disappear. That is why heaven trusts you with this word. Right now, something is being held in the spiritual realm until you fully receive what is being revealed. Once this instruction settles in your heart, the atmosphere around your home and your work will begin to shift. Choices that once felt impossible will start to make sense. Confusion will loosen its grip, and peace will move into places where anxiety once lived. This is not emotional excitement or temporary encouragement. This is alignment. The presence of Archangel Michael represents protection, but it also represents permission to move forward. You are being allowed to step into what comes next without fear. Anything that tried to delay you or restrain you before today no longer has access to your life. Jesus is placing a boundary around you that the enemy cannot cross. Stay attentive to his voice. What comes next will show you exactly why this message had to reach you today, on December 19th, and why the timing could not be delayed even another hour. This is the moment when everything begins to connect. Take a deep breath. You are safe. You are noticed. You are exactly where you are meant to be. If you sense the Spirit of the Lord moving through these words, take a moment to pause and truly receive it. Let your response reflect your trust in God's timing. Stay connected and remain open, because what is unfolding is a journey that does not end here. When you support and share messages like this, you become part of how God reaches those who are still searching for light. Stay here, because the revelation is just beginning. As this message continues to settle into your heart, understand that what Jesus is doing right now goes far beyond simple comfort. He is bringing a deep, supernatural clarity into your life. Much of the confusion you have felt was not because you lacked faith or effort, but because of the overwhelming spiritual noise surrounding you. Too many voices, too many opinions, and too many expectations from people who do not see your true calling have been pressing in on you. Today, Jesus is moving with authority to quiet all of that so you can finally hear what has always been true about your destiny. In this sacred stillness, heaven is inviting you to slow your thoughts. Not everything you have been feeling belongs to you. Some of the heavy weight you have been carrying was never yours to hold. Jesus knows exactly what is yours and what is not, which is why he reached you now instead of allowing you to carry that burden into your future. When he intervenes this way, it is because he wants to permanently separate truth from illusion in your life. Archangel Michael remains near you, not as a distant symbol, but as an active protector, guarding your spiritual space and standing watch as you move forward. Presence means that even though distractions will try to pull your attention away, they will not succeed if you choose to remain focused on this message. There is a reason your heart feels awake and alert right now, and it is because something deep within you recognizes the truth of God when it hears it. That recognition is being stirred back to life. Jesus is inviting you to look carefully at the past few weeks and reflect on what has happened. Think about how certain situations almost came together and then suddenly stalled for reasons you could not explain. Think about how answers you were pursuing felt within reach and then slipped away. Understand this clearly, it was not punishment from heaven but intentional delay meant to protect you. Some doors were kept closed because you were not meant to walk through them yet, and if you had, you would have settled for far less than what God has prepared for you. This is why today matters so deeply in your journey. The next season of your life requires discernment, not desperation or rushed decisions. Jesus is adjusting your spiritual vision so you do not confuse urgency with divine direction. Something feeling pressing does not automatically mean it is from God, and something taking longer than expected does not mean it is being denied. Heaven moves with perfect precision, never out of panic. You are drawn to this message because you are standing at an important decision point. Many kingdom decisions are quiet and internal, moments when you finally decide what you will no longer accept, what you will stop chasing, and what you will fully place in God's hands. Jesus is speaking directly to that inner choice. At the same time, something else is being revealed to you. There is someone in your life who has been influencing your emotions and your peace more than you realized. Their intentions may not be harmful, but they do not fully understand your calling. Jesus is not asking you to cut anyone off in anger or bitterness, only to stop allowing them to define your worth or control your direction. As God lifts you higher, some relationships must shift, and accepting that change is part of growth. Archangel Michael's role here is to separate truth from confusion, and where things once felt unclear, clarity is now forming. Where you once doubted yourself, a quiet confidence is returning. This does not mean every answer will come instantly, but it does mean you will stop questioning yourself so deeply. This is a major spiritual breakthrough. Jesus is also addressing your fear of missing your destiny, the worry that if you wait too long you will lose your chance. Hear this clearly: what is meant for you cannot pass you by. The only thing that truly delays blessing is action driven by fear. This message reached you before your next step because heaven is protecting you from future regret. Your perception is shifting, and you are beginning to understand that rest is not weakness and patience is not inaction. Jesus himself rested before major miracles, and silence often came before his greatest revelations. You are being invited into that same sacred rhythm. Do not rush past this moment, because its importance lies in your awareness. Once you recognize this truth, you are responsible to pause, listen, and respond with wisdom instead of impulse. Jesus trusts you with that responsibility, otherwise he would not have interrupted your day like this. Archangel Michael remains watchful, because small distractions, subtle tests, and ordinary moments will still try to pull your focus away, but now you are being equipped to remain steady and aware. There are many small things that try to pull your attention away from this moment and from this word. On their own they may not seem harmful, but when they stack up they can slowly weaken what God is doing inside your heart if you allow them to. This is why it matters to stay intentional and fully present right now, because what follows will begin to reveal why this message could not be delayed even a little longer. There is a real and powerful connection between the prayers you have been whispering in private and what is about to take shape openly in your life, and that connection is far closer than you realize. Let this truth settle deeply within you. You are not late, you have not been forgotten, and you are absolutely not overlooked by heaven. You are being carefully prepared, and preparation often feels like quiet stillness just before movement begins. Stay grounded in this peace, because the next unfolding of this message carries understanding that will reshape how you see everything that happens next in your life. To affirm this clarity, you are invited to show your trust in God's timing and stay connected as we move deeper into what Jesus is revealing. Beloved, we are now stepping into the core reason this message feels so intense and meaningful to your soul. What Jesus is doing in your life right now is not distant or vague. He is deliberately positioning you for what you have been seeking for a long time. There are seasons when God speaks softly and gently, and then there are moments like this when his voice carries holy urgency. Today carries that urgency because something meaningful is about to answer your past obedience. Heaven is no longer waiting for outside circumstances to change, it is waiting for alignment within you. This alignment must take root in your spirit before it can appear in your outward life. You have been asking for a sign, even if only in your heart, wondering whether to hold on or let go, whether to stay silent or step forward, and whether what you felt was truly from God or simply your own emotions. Through these words, Jesus is responding to that deep prayer. This is not just the end of a quiet season, it is the clear confirmation that a new dialogue between you and heaven has already begun. The presence of divine protection surrounds this moment, ensuring that what is being revealed to you remains clear and undistorted. Confusion has no place here, and fear has no authority over the peace settling within you. This is a rare moment of spiritual clarity, and clarity always calls for a response. Jesus wants you to understand that what is coming will require a new kind of courage, not because the path ahead is dangerous, but because the blessing will be unfamiliar. Often, familiar pain feels safer than an unknown blessing. You have learned how to survive. But now God is inviting you into a season of growth and expansion that will stretch everything you have known. That stretching is why this moment feels both weighty and sacred. Jesus is gently correcting how you have been viewing your journey. You have been measuring your progress by what you can see and by outward results, but heaven measures progress through obedience. You have done far more right than you realize. You prayed even when it felt useless. You chose kindness when bitterness would have been easier. You kept your heart open to God when closing it would have felt like the safer choice. These choices meant far more to the heart of Jesus than you may realize, and now a truth is coming into the light that cannot be ignored or undone. You are being invited to trust what God is revealing to you next, even if it challenges what you once expected or assumed. This is not a moment to rush ahead, take control, or try to fix everything on your own. Allow this understanding to settle deeply within you first, because when it does, the right actions will rise naturally without force. If these words are resonating with your spirit, take a moment to pause and truly receive them. Let others know that this message exists by engaging with it and declaring your faith, because what God is unfolding in your life does not stop here. When you help share messages like this, you become part of how God reaches those who are still searching for hope and reassurance. Listen closely, because the reason you were guided to remain quiet for now is not about secrecy, but about protection. Not everyone around you understands divine timing, and sharing too soon can invite doubt before your faith has fully taken root. Jesus often told those he healed to remain silent until the right moment, and he is offering you that same wisdom today. Archangel Michael stands with you, guarding your confidence against the quiet lies that question whether this is truly God or merely coincidence. But coincidence does not speak with this level of accuracy, nor does it align moments, emotions, and answers so perfectly. This is divine orchestration at work. Soon you will begin to notice patterns in your past, not patterns of failure, but evidence of divine preparation. Many people turn away at this stage, but if you stay present, the full picture will come into focus. Before moving forward, receive this spiritual activation and allow it to settle within you. A blessing marked by the number 777 has been released over your life, signaling a season of alignment, protection, and clarity. As these words are spoken, there is a sense that Jesus is reminding you that those who help carry this message will not lack, because when seeds are planted in good soil, heaven releases provision in unexpected places. Let every act of giving be an expression of faith, and may what you release return to you multiplied, with peace, provision, and renewal filling your home. Follow what is stirring in your spirit right now, because Jesus is guiding you into an understanding that this shift is quieter, steadier, and far more lasting than a temporary emotional moment. This is a realignment happening within you so that your outer world can follow without resistance. You may already notice that your reactions are changing and that things which once triggered anxiety no longer hold the same power. You are becoming grounded and anchored so that what is coming will not overwhelm you when it arrives. Often the enemy presses hardest just before clarity breaks through, which is why confusion, exhaustion, or self-doubt may have surfaced recently. These were not signs of distance from breakthrough, but signs that you were very close. Heaven prepares you before the skies clear, not after the storm has passed. Archangel Michael remains present, reminding you that your protection is still active during this time of increased alignment. This transition means old patterns no longer hold authority over you, and emotional resistance does not mean failure, it simply reflects a shift into a new posture. You are not being asked to understand everything at once, only to trust what is being revealed step by step. God is giving you exactly what you need for this moment, no more and no less, so that you are not overwhelmed. Beneath the surface, deep healing is taking place as disappointments you thought were behind you are being gently released through truth. You are beginning to realize that the guilt and regret you carried were forgiven long ago, and now you are learning how to rest in what God has spoken, even before it fully unfolds. Everything is coming into full expression now. You are learning how to stand strong without becoming hardened. In the hours ahead, your discernment will sharpen, and you will naturally recognize what truly deserves your energy and what does not. As this awareness grows, you will feel less pressure to explain yourself or perform for others. The presence of Archangel Michael signals that your boundaries are being restored. Where your kindness was once misused, protection is now firmly in place. Where your quiet nature was mistaken for weakness, true authority is rising. The realizations approaching you will not come from fear, but from understanding. This calm mixed with anticipation is a sign that you are safe and prepared for alignment. Jesus builds slowly when his intention is permanence, and you are entering a season where discernment matters far more than rushing ahead. Stay present, because you are closer than you think. Jesus is drawing your attention to a deeper foundation being formed within you. This transformation may feel subtle, but it is incredibly powerful because it reshapes how you understand your past so it no longer controls your future. Many people unknowingly carry heavy stories that God never authored. And those stories keep repeating the same emotional pain. Today, That cycle is being broken for you. Jesus is interrupting the mental loops of conversations you wish had gone differently and decisions you have questioned for years. When His truth enters, shame loses its voice, and you begin to see your history through truth rather than regret. You are approaching a season where self-doubt could hold you back, so Jesus is addressing it now before the next opportunity opens. Archangel Michael continues to stand guard because this stage of your journey involves quiet inner battles. These are not dramatic struggles but gentle confrontations with thoughts you accepted as facts for far too long, like believing you are behind or unqualified. His presence signals that these false beliefs are being dismantled so you can move forward with confidence grounded in God. You are not being forced ahead, you are being drawn forward through revelation that leads to surrender. Your sensitivity to God's voice is increasing, and you will begin to notice gentle insights and moments of clarity that arrive effortlessly. Jesus is teaching you to recognize His voice without constantly needing external confirmation. This is a season of refinement. Certain desires and ambitions are being softened or redirected so that when success comes, it will not cost you your peace. You may notice a growing detachment from drama and comparison, which is a sign of spiritual maturity. When your identity is anchored in Him, outside noise naturally loses its grip. As this inner work begins to affect your daily life, your tolerance for spiritual misalignment will decrease. Things you once accepted just to keep the peace may now feel heavy because discernment is awakening within you. You are learning that real peace comes from truth, and when truth rises, false peace cannot remain. Jesus is teaching you how to stand firm without explanation and how to wait without anxiety. Archangel Michael remains watchful because greater clarity requires being more selective about who has access to your emotional energy. This is a sealing moment, a divine settling of everything that has been spoken and formed within you. Jesus is not rushing this closure, because what He is establishing must remain steady long after your emotions shift. You are standing at a sacred threshold where the old no longer defines you. The urgency you once felt has transformed into a deep and lasting peace. Archangel Michael remains present as a witness to this completion, ensuring that what has been established cannot be undone by fear or confusion. You do not need another sign, because this message itself is the confirmation you asked for. From here on, your faith will be built on remembering how clarity replaced confusion. Consistency will become your strength as you move forward with respect for God's timing. If you receive this healing word, you are invited to like and subscribe to stay aligned with this unfolding journey. You may choose to affirm this truth by declaring that you walk in divine alignment. A blessing of peace and direction is released over your life, sealing what has begun. As you feel this stirring within, remember that those who pour into others are refreshed in return. When you support this mission, you help bring light to those still searching in silence. Follow the prompting in your spirit and move forward in the authority that Jesus has restored to you today.